I do like, though, that Gretchen will not give Tamra an inch. But then Tamra's saying, hey, you can't hold on to that shit. I was like, girl, that's your MO. That's all you do is hold on to the past and throw it back in people's faces. Like, you're the queen of that. Come on. What are you talking about?
Weren't they both calling each other evil?
Yeah. I'm here for the hypocrisy.
Gretchen, though, I will say, what she's doing is smart. She's trying to earn back her orange.
The main way that she would fail is if she makes Tamra look sympathetic, because that's how Alexis failed. Her and John made Shannon look sympathetic, which I actually think would be smart for even Tamra to keep her on there. The two of them having beef, that would be fun for a couple of seasons. I don't know.
And there's plenty of ammo for Tamra to go after Slade. I mean, I just want to know how Slade's going to fare.
And Slade's so happy to be back on television, you could tell.
We gonna stir it up and do things our way. So if you wanna move, get out of our way.
Hey.
Oh, we're back in the OC. Happy Monday, everybody.
I was trying.
Oh my God, just take forever.
I was about to shout 818. Wrong show. Wrong suburb.
714.
Yeah. Disney.
Yep. Or what's the other one? Is it 949?
Yeah, that's the other one.
Yeah.
Your brother's in Knott's Berry Farm today. I was like, what? I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, we have our own Disneyland here, and it's delivered on TV. It's called The Real Housewives of Orange County.
Oh my gosh. See, I can't believe we're at season 19. I'm sorry, we're on episode 2, but it's season 19. I'm like, really? Oh my gosh.
It's weird to think, like, really, I told you guys last week, like, I remember watching the first season when it came out. I was basically a child. When this premiered, I was months shy of being legal to drink. I grew
your fucking face
up with this show. Not from a child, but from... Well, still in delayed adolescence, but I was so.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, there are other podcasters out here who they were children. They were literal children when this, and I was like, excuse me, you need to get in line behind all of us old people who were adults when we started watching this show.
Yeah.
So, excuse me, right here. I'll be an asshole about that, but anyway. Anyway,
I guess
we're already on to episode 2.
That's right. I mean, it opens with regrouping. They're at that gym. It's Tamra, Emily, Gina at that. I didn't know what to call it. a sex toy gym shop.
Let's use the word gym very loosely. It reminded me of those 1950s, like 40s and 50s, like, newsreels about like women who are on those plates and they've got the things that like shake them like back and forth.
Yeah.
And like, I think there literally was a machine, but it was hand cranked by a person that would work there. And it was a roller type of thing that a woman would like sit on. I swear to God, I think it was like in the movie The Women. Like,
yeah, I could see like Lucy and Ethel. What's it called? What did they call it back then? Calisthenics or something.
Yes. That's what this made me think of. Very expensive calisthenics. Like, oh man. I mean, not that like if I didn't have a bunch of disposable income and disposable time that I wouldn't try something like this. I absolutely would, but I do not. So I look down upon them.
Well, what happened is with this episode too, we were just talking about it. Each block is the rivals simultaneous. We have two so in this we had Tamra, Emily, Gina at the gym. Well, their ops are across town, Shannon and Katie. So it's like, but at the gym, Team Tamra, they're annoyed that Shannon called Katie's the lunch. They called Katie when they confronted Katie a gang up at the Golden Door, and feel like Katie is playing the victim.
Well, I mean, I think two things can be true at the same time. Katie was playing the victim, and they were ganging up on her. I could see where Shannon was coming from and was trying to be a good friend. I think that they think that that's rich coming from Shannon. But I also felt like I kind of was like, I've never seen that side of Shannon though before. I was like, maybe this is kind of Shannon's side of therapy. Like, we're seeing some different sides of like Tamra and Shannon this season. And I'm not saying that either one is changing per se, but I just have never seen Shannon be that compassionate towards somebody.
I had something clicked for me in that moment, because what Shannon was doing was also explaining to Katie the Housewives game. That was
Exactly.
we could read between the lines, as Shannon would say,
Mm-hmm.
with the, do you want to get along with this group, or do you want to be, what she's saying is, do you want to be iced off the cast, or like,
just like in last week's episode when she was like, I can't believe you let your daughter do a podcast. Like, basically, like, we don't bring our children into this. We don't put our children in the middle of this mess. So she's trying to like kind of like guide Katie through this and be nice to her, and in a way that I don't remember seeing Shannon be that way towards a newbie. Not that Shannon's not a Vicky where that she's just mean to new people right away, but she's not necessarily somebody who's going to like go out of her way. But she was really trying to be nice to her and be like, yo, here, let me give you some tips.
I think,
and like useful tips, because I think Katie's gotten some really bad information from other people.
Yeah, I think that the reason Shannon, if Katie had studied harder, would realize why Shannon was being nice to her, is that Shannon needs allies, and she was bringing the newbie under her wing. Katie hates Tamra. Katie hates Heather. Perfect. Shannon needs a friend. So I think she was bringing her into the fold, which won't last very long. Not even to the end of the episode.
Like, I don't disagree with you, but I don't agree with you completely, because Shannon is friends with Gina and Emily though too. So and that's why Emily and Gina were kind of upset at Shannon for kind of taking up for her, because basically the only person that Shannon is not friends with is Tamra. She seems to be able to get along with Heather, and so the only person that she's not friends with is Tamra. And from some interviews I saw, basically she just basically agreed to like go along to get along with Tamra this season, because the cast members last season were like, look, we completely agree with like why, and understand why you were so upset with Tamra and like with everything that went down last season with Alexis. Like, that's horrible, but your guys' tension between the two of you, between you and Tamra, is too much for us to handle. So Shannon was like, okay, I'm just going to kind of back off.
So yeah. Because
so it's kind of a detente right there between the two of them.
Because Shannon has, like, even with Heather, you see, well, we'll get into it later, but Shannon doesn't have the bonds with the cast though that the others, like, you don't see Heather coming to Shannon's to bring her snacks and get in bed with her. I mean, Shannon walking into this season, she needs allies. So I don't, especially as as she's explaining the game to Katie, I'm like, she's explaining how to survive Housewives to you if you don't get it. Because she's trying to, they're all trying to survive.
It is interesting because like Shannon says to Katie, well, they're worried that you're like calculated or planning something. And then Katie says, I wish I was that smart. And I just said, oh, come on. You don't have to be smart to be manipulative. Like, I'm sorry, just look at Jax Taylor. Like, that man, we talk about it on the Valley episodes, that he is not a smart man, yet he is incredibly manipulative. Yeah. Like, you don't have to be smart to be manipulative, because manipulation really is all about self-preservation, not about intelligence. And there's something about Katie she's trying to self-preserve all the time. There's something very reactionary in a different way from Tamra of why she's doing these things. I
caught a manipulative move in that whole explanation from Katie, where she talks about how maybe, because I think Shannon
Her
said too.
ex-husband.
Yeah, she drops.
Yeah.
The reason I freeze up when confronted, by the way, confronted with horrible things she has done to everyone, is because it's a trauma response from my ex-husband. I was like, did you go into your marriage with rumors about your husband spreading them? These are that was so manipulative. Like now she's
because it's gonna cue Shannon into like what Shannon went through with her divorce and like with all of that stuff. And
and now she's building the other women into like abusive, mean girls, and she's the victim. But what she's being confronted in those moments that she freezes up is what she's actually malicious things she's actually done to people. So that's so sweet.
I also thought what was interesting is that Shannon calls her out on a thing that so many housewives do. And friends and I who love Housewives, we talk about this a lot, that Katie was saying, I apologize if you felt this way, or I'm sorry, but, and Shannon says straight up, that's not an apology. And I was like, what are we really like? I can't believe we're hearing another housewife call another housewife out for that, because I never hear that. You never hear that happening. So I was like, who is this Shannon? And I thought it was interesting too, because then at the I can't call it a gym, at the Shape Shop where the other ladies were sitting, I think it was Tamra was like upset that Shannon was coddling Katie, which is your favorite word to use about Shannon, that Shannon gets coddled a lot. I was like, oh, well, there you go. I don't know, but that's also where Tamra tells Gina and Emily about apparently Gina taped Shannon having a fucking meltdown during their gallery shoot. And I was like, oh.
And sent it to Alexis, supposedly.
Yeah.
That.
Or shared it with Alexis. That was the word I had when I watched it the second time. I was like, oh, the word is shared. So either she sent it or she showed it or she told, because later on she says, I just told her about it. I was like, the only one who's heard it is Matt. I'm sorry. What?
This is where, again, I think, okay, I keep thinking about what Katie thought she was doing with this. And something, not with the recording, but coming into the show with, like, how did she fall into telling Tamra?
Right.
I mean, this is where I'm like, on one hand, absolutely, this isn't me saying get her fired. I'm like, she came in ready to be a housewife. But there are certain huge mistakes she's making as someone who has prepared herself for it.
It's this funny thing of like, it's like somebody told her to always get receipts on things, except for she's making the receipts. Like she's making stuff happen in order to have receipts, versus also like somebody like Tamra, who we talk about always being like one of the greatest housewives villains of all time. Tamra doesn't even really need receipts. She just files everything away in her head and she keeps it there for later on, which we talk about later, which, I mean, she just admits to later on that, oh, I conveniently forgot about that until now, you know? But the thing is that she also knows that there's enough people around her who were there for that it's like, that she doesn't need a physical receipt or a digital receipt because it's there. Like,
Katie, I mean, I don't know. She's a lot. It reminds me of last season with Alexis when I was so excited and the season began. I was like, I wish I could coach her. Her. Like Katie, except Alexis is just dumb as rocks. Katie is not. She just needs some refinement. No. She needs some strategy. She needs a consultant to give her the lay of the land. And I'm like, did you miss a few seasons while you were strategizing? Because
well, I mean, obviously, like she came out guns a-blazing her first season going after Heather, which was like, that was if she wanted to do something like that, then she should have.
Well,
I mean, I think we were very easy on her last season. Like we were trying to wait and see like what it was going to be like.
also,
And
also something, and I think this is maybe a little bit of Megan Edmonds, who is better at this than Katie was, is
Mhm.
I think how old is Katie? I think I looked at like 41. She did a post for her 40th. She's about 41. I think she thought she had an advantage coming in younger, like more attuned, better with tech. Remember how Detective Megan and stuff, she thought she could. Katie thought, no, you can't beat. Tamra invented the game. You can't beat her out. Katie thought she was smarter than the game. Tamra invented the game.
Yeah.
And I just think she thought she had an advantage, that she's outclassed here.
I think it does surprise me when a new housewife comes in guns a-blazing and I'm just like, no, you need to like make friends. You need to make friends so that then so when the tables do turn on you in your second season, which they will, somebody will turn on you. You've got a wealth of knowledge at your fingertips because people have confided in you because they like you. And B, you have one or two people who will be on your side that you can use. And she didn't really, the only person she seemed to get out of it was Jenn.
Yeah.
And then she got Shannon kind of at the end, but obviously she fucked that up. So, because even if she had that video of Shannon, and sent it to Matt, she didn't have to tell Alexis and Tamra about that. And then it could have stayed within that cone of the marital silence, you know?
Yeah. We do know, well, we'll get into it a little bit, but obviously that alliance did not last.
Boom. Didn't even last 2 full episodes. My God.
What else happened? We have Shannon's daughter coming back. Love.
I do have to say, okay, at the beginning, like Shannon was picking Sophie up from LAX, and we've talked about how picking up somebody from LAX, like that's love. Like to drive from Orange County to pick up somebody in LAX. Yeah. Damn.
I mean,
that really is a mother-daughter bond right there, because I don't think friends would do that.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't make my parents pick me up at LAX. Not calling Sophie Beador a bad daughter. No, I'm joking. No, I'm joking. But I was like, that is, and she gets lost there. That's why I won't pick. I've been in Shannon's situation where I've had to circle and circle. Once I found a parking lot, a rental car lot, and I just parked in there and made my friend take a shuttle. I'm like, get on the Alamo or the Hertz or whatever. I'll be there because so that was
get
great.
On the parking spot one, and I'll meet you at the In and Out.
Yeah, I will not.
That's what you do.
I get that.
Yeah, and then she talks about being. Things didn't work out with Earl at Love Hotel, whatever. She's glad she's being single. And I'm like, we'll see how long that lasts. I hope it lasts a while, because I think single Shannon will be better than trying to make a relationship happen, Shannon. And then Shane picks up Emily from therapy, I guess. That's what it sounded like. They didn't say it explicitly, but it sounded like she was at therapy.
Yeah. Something like that.
And and they were talking. And then they're talking more about Luke and his autism and the ARF, right?
Yeah,
The
just how
eating
Emily and Shane are taking it differently. Shane is trying to kind of make Luke feel normal, not stress him out, work on it, and I guess Emily is like crumbling inside with it. So,
I mean, neither one of us are parents, let alone parents of neurodivergent children. But I mean, I'm kind of with Shane though. Like watch for patterns. Like let's not push back on everything as if it's like this massive problem. Like, I mean, unless it like starts to become a habit. Plus, because also like parenting differences can like really ruin marriages.
Yeah,
and
the stress of a child with a disability can as well.
And then like I mean, I don't know, but I feel like once they get like a full diagnosis, like a complete diagnosis on him with his autism and get like actionable steps from like doctors and therapists, like then they can become like a team to like help him, because then the doctors will be like, no, like Shane is right when it comes to this, but Emily is right when it comes to that. So this is like what you guys need to do. Because right now they're just floundering and fighting, thinking that both of them, each one of them is right and the other person's wrong.
Yeah.
So
I did catch something. It's nothing to do with him. I was like, is Emily lying here? This is weird. She says she doesn't know how to use the vent in the car. Remember, she's like arguing with him about the AC. Then they pan out. It's a Mercedes SUV. The same, that is Emily's car. I remember from last season, Shane drives a different one. When you see Emily drive, it's that Mercedes SUV. This is what I was like.
She's just playing helpless wife.
Yeah.
She's like trad wife, princess wife. I don't know, Shane. Help me.
I was, for some reason,
help me, little prince.
Me. Yeah, yeah.
Lord Farquaad. That was mean. I'm sorry.
So this is something that really gets me about, because so then they move on to this Ryan, Jenn, Pedranti, Katie, and Matt couples dinner. This is something that really weirds me out. The obsession with Malibu rum. I don't know any adults of age who drink Malibu. I don't think I've had it since I was maybe 18, 19 max.
It smells like
teenage mistakes.
Yeah. It smells like, spring break in Cancun or Daytona Beach. Like, that's what it smells like. Suntan lotion.
You're describing all my non-memories from Malibu rum. And they push it. I was almost like, do they have like some kind of sponsorship deal? I mean, if
not, they should.
They slip it into any conversation that involves alcohol. They're Malibu rum. Like, I remember Malibu rum in like a Gatorade bottle, and it didn't mean it was mixed with Gatorade. The teenage sneaking. I was like, I've never heard of a grown normal.
I've never been much into Malibu rum, period. Also because it's very coconutty. And I'm not a coconutty person per se. I have a friend, and she's much younger than me. And she is very much into Malibu rum. And I just be like, oh. She also is very much into mojitos, and she would try to order them everywhere. And I'd be like, girl, we're in a dive bar. I was like, they ain't no. I was like, I'm gonna give you a couple of other like cocktail options that are very sweet, but like, please stop trying to order mojitos everywhere. I was like, especially as a former bartender, I fucking hate them. Like those and espresso martinis shoot me in the head. Like, just no.
Nothing.
And the funny thing is, she has a friend who is a bartender as well, and is like, no, I hate those too.
Yeah. She's not a real drinker. First of all, if those are what she's drinking, I mean, I could black out on anything, but anyone can black. But those are not real. And the second thing is, don't order anything in a bar that requires fresh, whether it's fresh herbs or whatever, like mint, or like a White Russian or something with milk in a bar. No.
Not in like a dive bar or like a quick bar. Like if you're going to like a fancy restaurant, or if you're going to like a mixology type of place with like very specialty cocktails, fine, definitely do that. Like, but like,
that's why only, what is it, Belvedere, 3 lemons, carcasses out.
Yeah, Belvedere soda.
She had soda.
Belvedere soda. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
Of drinking,
well, but
I
mean, this was just a ruse to introduce Gretchen and Slade back into the show. This dinner. So yeah.
Gretchen and Slade arriving. I loved, again, it was like a mob scene. It was it was a sit down. This was I did like the build up to it. And they made sure Gretchen and Slade, and that's a production choice. Gretchen and Slade were to arrive last. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, and then at the same time as this dinner, there was a non-dinner dinner happening on Tamra's bed with Heather and her because Tamra's so skinny. I don't understand what Tamra's so stressed out about.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to that, have we?
I mean,
What's
she's
going-
talked about being upset about Teddy
Oh,
and but I don't know what else there is unless I'm missing something, and somebody could write it in the comments
yeah.
and tell us, because like I'm not getting. I mean, obviously now she's having like repairs done in her home because there was some type of leak or something like that, but like I don't.
Yeah. Heather brings champagne and onion rings from The Habit, which are really good, by the way.
Those are good.
Yeah. The Habit's a good takeout place around Southern California.
I do just have a problem eating in bed, though. I really don't like it. That's a big pet peeve of mine. Like unless it's something very contained, like occasionally I'll have like my overnight oats in the morning in my bed, but that's very like something crumbly, like onion rings, like crumbly, greasy. Like I'm just not a bed eater. I don't live in my bed.
Yeah.
I'm not a bed rotter. I as much as I like Paige DeSorbo and Sierra, I am not a bed rotter.
Anytime I see those like summer house Paige bed rotting things, I think of these scenes in the bedroom at Grey Gardens.
Yes, that's it. Tins of cat food and raccoons everywhere. Like, no.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't like it. But you know what? I was dying at this scene. I was dying in this scene with Heather and Tamra. Because when Heather's like, oh, I hung out with Gretchen the other night, Tamra said, oh, does she have a nose in person? Oh my God. I don't know if you guys are as chronically online as we are, but if you've ever seen Gretchen's social media, and this has been going on for years. Her filters are so strong, she doesn't have a nose in her own videos. It is just you see her eyes, and that's it. Maybe her fake lips, no nose whatsoever.
She face tunes. I mean, that's fine that you didn't have plastic surgery per se, but you have Botoxed and face tuned the shit out of your face.
But I called it online what did I say? It was like, does a filteroplasty count as plastic surgery?
I just don't get it. Like, I don't want, like, when I use a filter, I want it to be so light. Like, for me, it's also like, I don't know, like, I just want it to more even out my skin tone. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't necessarily want to get rid of a bunch of wrinkles or anything like that. Just even out my skin tone. I just don't want to put on makeup that day, basically, is what it is.
No. Gretchen's is, I don't know if I don't know. Does she have like, I don't know how filters get that strong, but the point is when Tamra said that, I was dying. She's in on the joke.
Yeah.
She knows.
Also, like, yeah. I do find it interesting. Like, Heather's still friends with Gretchen. Emily's been friends with Gretchen, but Emily talks about how her relationship with Tamra suffered because she was friendly with Gretchen. And so she's like, I'm not making that mistake again. And I was just like, Tamra, just let people gotta, like I say, people gotta make their own mistakes. So if you think it's a mistake being friends with Gretchen, then let them be friends with Gretchen and make their own mistakes. Yeah. She just knows that she can't run Heather like that because Heather's too rich to give a fuck.
Those two, I've always felt, I can't, without the show, I don't think they would have ever known each other necessarily. But I will say Heather and Tamara have an alliance. They're two very strong people with different strengths, and they recognize it. And they're the only two who can check each other. They're polar opposites, but like very strong. So...
I agree. I absolutely agree. Dude. when Gretchen and Slade come out of the car, her hair's so blonde. I I went back to kind of like I did my own thing of like hold on to your highlights, honey. Gretchen Rossi's back. Like
She hasn't changed at all. Her style. Let's talk about her. Can we talk about her style for a second? It
dude,
is 2007 pageant.
it is orange. What was that? God damn it.
Puffy denim sleeves.
What was the name of that
weird.
country bar in Orange County that everybody went to like in the 90s? Because I remember when I was in college, people would go down and it was like in Anaheim or Irvine somewhere. It was like cowboy country or something like that. Somebody in the comments tell me who's from Orange County or LA and knows what I'm talking about. I never would go because I'm from Texas and I don't even like to line dance. I was like, no, they'd be going down. And that's what she reminds me of. She's like, you know, cowboy country, Orange County country, like Barbie. You know what I mean?
It's so like, because when she sits down, she's like, it's been like 11 years. I'm back and I haven't changed. I'm like, no, literally, like, you have not changed. You are a vision of like 2008. The puffy denim sleeves, the hair has not changed. We need a tutorial on that. The makeup, it was just very like you do see Tamra, the women, their styles have evolved, they've changed.
Yeah.
Not Gretchen, not Gretchen Christine of Gretchen Christine Butte.
Does she still have her? I mean, this is the thing. I've forgotten so much about Gretchen, to be honest with you, because she's been gone for so long. I've totally forgot. She went to high school with my friend's husband.
Really?
Like, it took me until I was like, oh, wait a minute, that's right. They went to high school together. I totally forgot that. And like, I was like, I mean, because basically a lot of the things I remember are really from like her first couple of years, and then the last couple of years were like with her and Slade. Because I am shocked that her and Slade are still together. I'm not gonna lie. I really am. I mean, granted, they still haven't gotten married, whatever. That's fine. You do you, boo. Just, I really don't give a shit about that stuff. But they are still together. I am shocked about that. I am not shocked. Like, I'm assuming she does not have her handbag line still.
Yeah, no, I fell asleep looking it up last night.
Okay. That shows you how amazing it is.
her bags, Gretchen Christine Butte as well. She also had makeup.
Yep.
Oh my.
So that's gone as well.
Oh yeah. Those fizzle. Yeah. I still don't know fully how they support themselves, because remember Jeff, whom she left on his deathbed for Bass Lake. He did leave her that townhouse she lived in. And so I'm like, I understand they're not homeless, whatever. But even that, it was like a townhouse, remember? It wasn't like, and they still live in it, which is fine. But maybe 5 years ago, you could Google it. That was on the brink of foreclosure. That was going to auction. I think she saved it. But so that tells me even the home she has that she owns, I mean, I don't know how they support themselves.
I don't know. Well, you know, Joe De La Rosa, Slade Smiley's ex-fiance, and Tamra are friends. And Joe's actually friends with quite a few of the OC housewives still. I wonder if she knows. I mean, because also I think she is friendly with Slade.
I
think I could be
last summer I ran into her at that Bravo event, like Diamonds and Rosé or whatever, and she was there with some housewives. She was there with like Gina and Katie and a few others, and this was last August, so it was before this season filmed. But I forgot who she was saying I remember she said something like she's kind of cool with, like, made peace with them, like they're not friends but they cordial, because at that time too, I don't think we knew Gretchen was coming back, so I think they were both kind of just circling around the RHOC. But I remember she was like, we moved on, or so, meaning they're not friends but they put it behind them. So
well, Well, when Gretchen was talking about how her relationship has lasted longer than many of the people who were attacking her relationship with Slade, they showed Vicky, but then they showed it's a Chiron and it says Vicky and Dawn, but the picture is not of Vicky and Dawn. It is on, it's on mine and PCP's Instagram. I put it on TikTok. It's up there. It is fucking Brooks Ayers. It is not Dawn Gunvalson. I was like, how dare there's justice for Dawn, y'all. Shame. Who was editing this episode? Who approved this episode to air? Like, excuse me.
Do you think I have a lawsuit here? No.
I think you do. Don Gunvalson parody. I think you do. Because that is defamation. Like, how dare you confuse a cancer faker and a con artist with one of the greatest house husbands, sweetest house husbands of all time.
The OG.
A man who basically wants to be left alone now, except for the way that you parody him on Twitter.
Yeah, he's accepted it, by the way. That's what like Vicky has said in interviews and stuff. He hated it. Now he thinks it's funny. So with that, I mean, she should have never said that. Now I'm even more. but this just occurred to me when you were saying that who edited it. It's been on for 19 years. I bet you it's some like newbie fresh out of college, some kid who was in like junior high when the show premiered, who doesn't know the lore of.
This is what I'm going to say. This is the state of Hollywood right now. They're hiring children to do adult jobs and they're paying them low wages. Hire a real editor. Hire me. I know the lore. Hire me, 32 Flavors and Bravo. Hire me. I am an editor. I know these people. I know, quote unquote, know these. I know who these people are, and I would very easily be able to tell the difference between Peggy Tanos and the other Peggy whose last name I don't know.
Salahian.
Thank you. Yeah. I can't pronounce it very well, but yeah, it's like I can tell the difference between two bald white guys.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know until you pointed it out, because I saw it and I was like, it was a funny point that Gretchen made. It's true. Her and Slade have outlasted Tamra and Simon, Vicky and Dawn. Alexis and Jenn, everyone. Yep. And but when it popped up, I didn't catch the caption on it or the Chiron, and I was like, why are they flashing to Brooks if they're talking about divorce? And then you were like, did you see who they labeled Brooks as? Oh
I saw, because I watched it the night before and then I watched it again today. And the first time I saw it, it was so fast, but I was like, there's something wrong there. But it was after work and I was tired and it's like, whatever, I'll watch it tomorrow. But when I watched it again, I was like, oh, I was like, that's what it is. I was like, that's not, to me, it just like screamed. I was like, that's Brooks. Like that's, because also that man's, it was that like, that visceral, like, bleh,
yeah.
bleh, that he gives you, like,
and in the picture they use, Vicky and Brooks are being very affectionate, and if you'll remember, Vicky and Dawn, remember the empty love tank? They were not affectionate. Oh, yeah. They did not. No. So I was like,
because really the best picture that you would have used for Vicky and Dawn would have been their vow renewal ceremony, because that's the happiest they ever looked.
Yeah.
Anyway, we should keep moving it on. Can we just talk about how Tamra called basically Jenn insecure and accused her of trying to single white female her?
What was that thing about stealing? What were they? Her used extensions? She said back in the day when Tamra was still married to Simon, this is how far back it goes. Jenn moved down the street from them. She started going to her surgeon, I imagine. She said doctor, something. And she went to her hairdresser. and had her use, she said, my old extensions put in. Is that like digging through the
Yeah.
garbage?
I don't think that like legally a hairdresser could put in old extension. That's a hygiene issue. Like you cannot put that in. I'm this is the thing. She like Tamra exaggerates so much.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, and we see it throughout this episode. So maybe Jen started using the old brand of hair extensions. I don't know. I've never had hair extensions. I know it's amazing. Look at this hair. It's all mine. It's 100% mine. And I know I make Jordan jealous all the time with how luscious and long my locks are. But like I've never had them, so I don't get it. But also like I don't think that you could do that.
Maybe what she meant was told the hairdresser, like, I want the same color as Tamra. It's some kind of, like you say, like, oh, I no idea. That part we need some elaboration on. I would like to know.
I mean, Heather wasn't buying it though. She was like, I don't. This is a reach. I was like, yeah, this is not.
Did you see? I mean, did you see when Heather was being very cautious too? Because remember, she is the wife of a big plastic surgeon, so you can't have that. You don't want anyone walking into Terry's office feeling he's judging them. They go to him with their insecurities. They don't want, you don't want to think that Terry's laughing behind your back as a patient. So when Tamra busts out the photo of and by the way, she wasn't fat. She was wearing a peplum top, but old Jen, who was slightly different. I mean, because now Jen's like a fitness model. I mean, a bikini, you see her, she's perfect. But then she had kids and stuff. Whatever it was, I was just like, Tamra was waiting. That looked like a photo that she screenshot from Facebook in like 2000. Look at the quality. It is grainy Facebook quality. Probably uploaded from a digital camera with a cord to her Dell. I have it all. I know. Yeah, that was just like, wow, that was fun. Mean,
like
but
my
fun.
first, I mean, my first thought was, well, didn't Jen have small children at that time? Like, and that was kind of my thing, and they've shown pictures of Jen from before, like when she was with her ex-husband, and she did look different. So it wasn't like she was necessarily hiding those pictures. And actually, Jen, I saw today on Instagram, Jen put up a reel basically saying, and in true like just sweet Jen fashion, she's like, I look at that picture and I think about how happy I was. I was raising all my children and I got to spend time with them at home. Like I was taking them to and from school and I was like doing all this time. Like it was really nice. It was a good time of my life. My marriage was going well and like, she's like, and I was like, this is like the way to like burn Tamra the most of like, talk about how happy you were at this time when you did not quote unquote look your best or whatever like you want to say. And I was just like, you know what, that's the way to own it, and I will never, I won't look down on somebody for being for having a different body at a certain time in their life. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, she's like, my kids are older now. They're grown. I've got more time to do this. And she definitely had a tummy tuck, you can tell.
Yeah.
So.
And I think they pointed at the lips. I don't know.
Oh, come on. I mean,
I was like
I'm just like, I mean, look, good for Tamra because Tamra's put out her facelift and like her like face resurfacing and stuff like that. Like we say, we're pro plastic surgery. We're pro Ozempic on this podcast. Like we're all for you putting it out there. But then I don't think that you should shame somebody for it then.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So like, again, but this is what I always say with Tamra. Rules for thee, but not for me. Like that's what she's always like.
What this did kind of do is set up, because we're going from here into Katie's lunch, and what it does do is lay out the groundwork at that dinner at Katie and Matt's, where Gretchen is explaining her issues with Tamra. which
Mm-hmm.
are, I mean, we have and Tamra with Heather, we're getting like the lowdown before they meet. And with Tamra, she's saying Gretchen has pursued Sydney, the daughter, the estranged daughter. And then on the flip side, Gretchen is saying for 16 years, Tamra's called Slade a deadbeat dad. So it's fun. It's fun too to see how they introduce Gretchen, because they're breaking the fourth wall, and I appreciate it, and that they're all explaining, like, here, by the way, Jenn gets her hands dirty. Jenn says, I was pissed at Tamra, so I reached out. I slid into the DMs of her enemy. I needed some help. Like, so she's not Bambi, but they're admitting this, and it's not like, I don't like when they bring someone on and it's like, oh, I ran into her at Froyo last week and invited her to lunch. They're explaining. And when Gretchen sits down, she says, I haven't been in this chair in 11 years. I'm back. Like, they managed to do it, like, they weren't treating the audience like idiots.
I find it interesting that, like, a lot of the fights so far, I mean, it was about between Emily and Katie and about their kids. And, like, it's very upsetting to, like, bring kids into the thing. But then as soon as Gretchen is back, it's actually about kids again.
Yeah.
It's about you reached out to Sydney, but when she actually it seems just only commented on Sydney's post. But then it's also calling Slade a deadbeat dad, bringing in, like, and then I guess going after, because one of Slade's boys died of cancer a couple of years ago and stuff like that. So again, then we're bringing the kids back into it. And I go, I don't know. Like, I remember early on, Slade was called a deadbeat dad. Like, early on in the first few seasons of it. And so I don't know, because Slade has not been in my purview for for almost a decade, I would say. So I have not really thought about that. I have no idea what their relationship is like, his relationship with his kids.
That is something too that excites me about Gretchen coming back, is the Gretchen and Tamra feud literally dates back to Facebook. We are talking Facebook here. This was
MySpace.
Yeah, MySpace. Yeah.
MySpace.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Instagram.
Pre-Twitter.
Instagram was not around. Yeah. Instagram was still small. It was not the voice. So we are talking about, and that's why when she was like, you commented on Sydney's post, I was like, was that a Facebook post? Or a MySpace post? So this goes back, and it makes me feel young again. So I like that.
40's coming at you soon, man.
No.
Your birthday's coming up, actually.
Yeah, if you guys want, I'm registered at Cartier on Rodeo Drive. But if you ask the SA, they'll in any city you go to, just go to Cartier. Or slide into my DMs. I'll send you guys links for what I like.
I'm just Cash App and Venmo, please.
I like shiny objects.
But yeah, like, I just find it. I go, oh, again, rules for thee, but not for me. Like, oh, you can't talk about my kids, but I can talk about your kids and your bad relationship, or your husband, your partner's bad relationship with your children. But you can't talk about my bad relationship with my children. You know what I mean? I was like, this is my thing. It's either all on the table or it's not on the table between the two of them. And but it's going to get messy. And I'm here for the hypocrisy. I'm completely here for the hypocrisy.
Yeah, that's essential in a good housewife.
Yeah. Like, hello. Yeah.
So that though takes us to Katie's hot pot lunch.
Her hot pocket lunch.
Yeah.
I love it how so many people called it hot pocket.
I had to look up what I knew of hot pot, and I knew what it was, but I've been to shabu shabu, which is like the Japanese version, and so I had to make sure, was it the same thing? I was like, I don't know how we're. It's like, do they use the wrong name down in Orange County? Maybe they're so like culturally homogenous. They no hot pot is the Chinese version, shabu shabu. But you get it. Just had to.
I don't like soup very much. I find it to be a scam.
Yeah.
And so I am very much like I would prefer Korean barbecue. Like
My
give me the Korean
favorite.
barbecue. Yes, Korean barbecue. But like
Did you know for a long
make me cook my own soup? No, I don't think so.
You know, for a long time, I was like truly, truly obsessed. I've had a lot of accounts over the years, you guys, and I had one. There's this. It basically put food trucks on the map. Kogi Barbecue here in LA. It's Korean barbecue burritos and tacos. And my hobby, which is probably why now I have like an eating disorder. I was a lot meatier back then, and I would like get off work at night and go to look up on Twitter, where were they? Korean, and I would just go, and they would find me. There was one down the street from me. Then the next night they'd see me in Beverly Hills. Then 2 nights later they'd see me in like Orange County, and I'd be like, surprise! I love Korean barbecue.
So good. It's
So
so good.
Yeah.
If you live in a city with Korean barbecue and you've not been able to have it and you haven't had it, please do yourself a favor. And if you've never had Korean barbecue, please come to Los Angeles and Jordan and I will take you to have Korean barbecue.
You get to grill where they're boiling their meats in a broth on the table. Korean barbecue, you have your own little barbecue and you get to grill it at the table.
So good. So you get so much meat. I'm sorry, if you're a vegetarian, absolutely not.
Oh my
God. You love meat.
We should tag Kogi in this. Like, that guy's still alive? We assumed we gave him a heart attack like 6 years ago.
No. He's doing commercials and
No,
shit.
me. I'm saying if we tag them and they're like, oh my God, he just disappeared one day.
Well, you did disappear. You became half the size you used to be.
I should have been like, oh God.
All right.
Yeah, let's
keep going on.
Let's get back.
Sorry.
Yeah, Katie,
Korean barbecue. Now I want Korean barbecue for dinner.
back to hot pot. Katie apologizes to the group for, she says, I've reflected on last year and all I did that was wrong. And something she said was, in retrospect, I walked in thinking it was eat or be eaten, and maybe I made some mistakes.
But I'm like, why? Why did you think that?
Yeah.
Again, this goes back to like what I was saying last week of like, which housewives were you talking to before you came on? Like, what was the advice that they were saying to you? Like, you said you were friendly with Sutton and Cynthia, like, but who else were you talking to? Like, I can't imagine Cynthia telling you stuff like that. I mean, Cynthia's not a dummy, but she's also not super calculating like that.
I do know Sutton. I forget about Sutton's first season, and Sutton was not nice. Remember, she walked in. You're boring. Your dress.
Wait, are you
cheap.
saying that? Are you saying that Sutton's a nice person?
No, but she wasn't even pretending to be that like dainty. Like, she literally came in being like, Teddy, your outfit's cheap. You're boring. I don't care about you. I forget that she was like aggressive, and maybe Katie took a thing from her, like immediately pick a fight with someone to plant yourself.
Well, but actually that would be the wrong tactic, because I would think that Sutton would be like, don't do what I did. Yeah. Don't pull that, which kind of did. Like, I don't know. I mean, I do find it interesting that Katie apparently went and fessed up to Tamra that she called that blogger over Instagram. This is what's interesting to me. Tamra accused Katie of calling the blogger. And she's like, no, I didn't call the blogger. I DM'd her. She's like, well, then show me the DMs. And she's, then there was that whole thing of like, I don't have any service, whatever. But then she's like, basically, yeah, I did call her, but I didn't call her via I called her through Instagram. Okay. No, you called. So Tamra was right. Like, don't make me agree with Tamra. Don't make me agree with Tamra. Don't say that Tamra was right from the beginning. Like, and I'm with Gina. Like, how can you not remember that you did these things? Oh, I somehow forgot.
Right. That is the most frustrating thing about Katie. She conveniently forgets everything she's done to you. Everything is like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, you just punched me in the face. What do you mean? And then she goes into her trauma shell.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's why Gina was not buying it. She said that. She's like, not only does Katie conveniently forget what she did to you because she doesn't remember, you're now bullying her and you're coming at her out of nowhere. That thing where she goes to Tamra and is that flashback where she's confessing is like, oh, I must have called her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's stalling as long as she can before she has to confess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and then because Gina's not buying it, and then she and then Gina's starting to get a little upset because Shannon's starting to defend Katie again because like, hey, why are we like ganging up? This is why like the whole ganging up thing. Then Gina just blurts out, "Hey, she filmed you at the gallery thing having your meltdown and told Alexis about it." And she's like, the look that look of surprise, like, excuse me, what? That was priceless on Shannon. And I don't mean that in a mean way. I mean of like oh, that's real. Like you could just completely see her go, excuse me?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like, oh my gosh. And in that minute, I was like, oh, she's done.
Yeah.
Katie's done. Like as we see, like when they show like a thing, it was like, you're done. Like, but I was like, wait a minute, what?
I'm curious because in this moment, I don't know what's coming later this season. Are Jenn and Katie still talking? Because in that moment, Katie is scrambling and she's like, no, remember Jenn and we were talking about it and we mentioned it to her, and cut to Jen's confessional, who normally is so sweet and supportive. She's like, my friend Katie needs to leave me out of it and answer for herself only.
Yeah. I mean, because Jenn basically had the same look on her face that Shannon did when Katie tried to be like, well, I talked to Jenn about it. And she's like, what? Like, excuse me.
Yeah.
What are you doing? And I do find it interesting. She's like, no. Again, I didn't call her. I DM'd her. No, I didn't DM her. I IG called her. No, I didn't video her. I voice note recorded her. And I didn't share it with Alexis. I just told Alexis about it. I didn't send it to, but only Matt is the only one that's heard it. That makes it any better at all?
Her logic, Katie's logic is sort of like if you said, you just punched me, she'd be like, what are you talking about? And then 10 minutes later, well, I did open hand slap you, but that's not punching. So I was just so confused when you said punch. Like she knows what she did. She does. And by the way, I don't think these things are like, what's it called? What do they say? The cover up is worse than the crime. It's not like Katie's done these horrible things. This isn't sociopathic, but watching her lie about them is where I'm like, is this woman a sociopath? That's where.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, so her excuse again, because is that she was pissed. She was pissed that Shannon was causing a scene while she's quote unquote having a business meeting on the whatever.
Yeah.
But her excuse the previous episode about why she gave the blogger or the nanny, the podcaster's information for Emily, it was because she was pissed. So is this new pattern? Anytime you are pissed, you are going to like record or like send stuff to a blogger or something like that. Like, let's, just like we tell Tamra to deal with her, anger in a better, more constructive way. Katie, you need to deal with your anger in a better, more constructive way here. Because like just being pissed is like, what were you going to do with that? Like, what is it? I just don't get it. And this is another thing of like, were you told to gather information and receipts? But like, it's not like you're gathering information and receipts that come to you. You're making them happen.
She's seeking them out.
Yeah, you're not even stirring the pot. You're creating. You made the hot pot. You you put the broth in there, you put the mushrooms, you put that raw egg that Emily put in her purse. Oh my God, Emily needs to stop putting unwrapped food in her purse.
That was such a shtick. I didn't buy it. It's like the taco, the pocket taco or whatever, the turkey sandwich in the sauna. It's like her thing this season.
Girl, look, I'm as tall as Emily and I love to eat too, but please stop putting unwrapped food in your purse. Like, that's just gross.
I think she was looking for comic relief there.
She was.
But
But obviously it backfired. She got egg all over her face.
Yeah.
There we go. But like I just don't get it. I you know, there's somebody in the comments, and somebody in our YouTube comments said this, and the interesting thing is I had actually thought it before, but that they wonder if it's some type of response of like, you know, because Katie's adopted, and there can be like a lot of to use Katie's term, trauma responses, like, you know, feelings of abandonment and of like trying to like hold on to things, different types of like basically trauma responses from having been adopted. And so like maybe that's something that's showing up here. Maybe. I don't know.
We don't give Tamra an excuse. We don't give Tamra a pass for that though when they bring it up. That's why I'm like,
yeah.
I'm almost like, Katie, step into the villain role. Just step into it.
Right. Yeah. And this is when I also go like, because we go like, Tamra, you're 50 something years old. I go, Katie, you're 40 something years old.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is now the time, these are things that we would have, if you were on Bad Girls Club back in like, you know, 2006, then we would have given you a pass on that, but not on Real Housewives of Orange County in 2025. Like,
especially when it's like, absolutely with Katie, a two-way street. Her doing things to you is fine, but you confronting her about, that's why I'm like I'm not giving her a pass. It's good, just own it. Oh my God, as I say own it, I remember, this is what Katie reminds me of when confronted. Do you remember, of course it leads back, Beverly Hills, Kyle confronts Lisa Rinna and says, I hear you've been telling people my sister's on the brink of death. And and Lisa Rinna, caught in the moment, does that face, which is now one of my favorite memes. Huh? What? Oh my God. I don't remember saying that. Yeah, that's Katie every time. Yeah.
Pretty much. Pretty much. Oh my goodness.
Are we for, I don't know if it's coming up this week or next, because the way the episode ends is basically, or this lunch ends, which is Shannon excusing herself. Mm-hmm. She knew not to.
Yep. She's learning. She's like, don't give him any more ammunition to see me go crazy.
Yeah.
You will all see the truth.
So we have that. Then, of course, it ends with Gretchen. Oh my God, Gretchen and Tamra.
Oh yeah.
It's not the same.
Not the same. Although it was so funny because Tamra had been yelling and was like going after her. And then as soon as Gretchen was like, it's not the same, it was like, oh, okay. It was like, oh, I can't believe you're getting so upset. And I was like, girl, again, like the two, oh my gosh. Like, oh, dude.
But they kind of get to a point where they stop yelling and say, like, we need to speak privately. Like, if we're ever going
it's such bullshit.
That's why I was like, that's what made me think about like the Facebook and the MySpace posts. I'm like, you guys are fighting about something. Oh my God. But what I'm saying is that they make it sound like they're basically agreeing to a sit down one-on-one.
Which will be interesting to see filmed. I just think it's funny because they both are fighting about things that have happened in the past and that they continually do to each other.
Yeah.
And I just go, I'm just going to sit back and enjoy this because neither one of them is going to let it go.
Yeah.
And for me, this is kind of, I hate to say it, the more enjoyable fighting that I enjoy on the Housewives than some of the darker shit that we've seen over the last few years and stuff like that.
I mean, these two are classics. This is taking us back.
Completely. Let's go back to Bass Lake. I'm fine with
I need to
that.
find out where Bass Lake is. I don't know where it is. I was like, I want to.
Yeah. I don't know either. Oh. One of the things is that like, I do like though that Gretchen will not give Tamra an inch.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's not one that's like, well, maybe Tamra this, maybe. She's like, nope. She's like, I don't trust her. I don't trust a bitch. Like, whatever. Like, maybe we can come to a detente, but like, absolutely not. But then Tamra's saying, hey, you can't hold on to that shit. I was like, girl, that's your MO. That's all you do is hold on to the past and throw it back in people's faces. Like, you're the queen of that. Come on. What are you talking about?
My God, weren't they both calling each other evil?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, Gretchen, though, I will say, I mean, we've only had a few minutes of her. If she continues this, though, what she's doing is smart. She's trying to earn back her orange.
In a way that Alexis Bellino could not.
Right. If anything, she got to see how Alexa failed and tweak her strategy. Mm-hmm. They tapped her and they're like, you go. Your chance.
Absolutely.
Break a leg,
she
kid.
Just the only way the main way that she would fail is if she makes Tamra look sympathetic.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main way that because that's how Alexis failed, is that her and John made Shannon look sympathetic.
Mm-hmm.
So if they make Tamra look sympathetic, then Gretchen fails. But if Gretchen and Tamra are able to keep this like whole, which I actually think would be smart for even Tamra to keep her on there, because I think like the two of them having beef, I think that would I think that would be fun for a couple of seasons. I don't know.
And there's plenty of ammo for Tamra to go after Slade. I mean, I just want to know how Slade's going to fare.
Fucking Slade's so happy to be back on television. You can tell. That guy, that fucking guy. Sorry. Ugh, man.
I mean, yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm ready. I'm ready for next week. I'm ready to see. I'm ready to see angry Shannon take out Katie.
Did you hear what she said? You are pure evil. You are worse than Alexis Bellino. That is in the preview. I was like,
yeah. I think,
which I think circles back to what we said earlier. Maybe we should save it for last week, but I just want to plant it in your minds. What Shannon basically said is what we just said earlier. She's like, Alexis is stupid. Everything Alexis did was stupid. You knew better, Katie, and you still did it. That's right. That's where I think it will be coming from, but we'll see. Yeah.
We'll see.
You know, a great way to make sure we come back for another episode. I think this little podcast. Click subscribe, share, follow. We're all over the place. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Blue Sky. We might need to reactivate our MySpaces since we're back in the era of Tamra.
We might. I will say, some of your favorite housewives follow us or like our stuff.
Yeah, you guys should go. You guys should go see who from Orange County followed us. I'm just saying.
I don't know if they'll like me very much after that. Because, like I said, I'm not beholden to any of these housewives. Even my sorority sister Shannon, I am not beholden to her. So.
So on that note, if you want to join this housewife, you should probably go check out and see who followed, and then while you're there on our page, click follow yourselves. Who wants to say bye?
That's my opinion.